Stunning. So simple, so easy, so good. Okay, I'm going to start with my chicken thighs. Some beautiful dark meat here. Okay, I am just going to give these a very quick trim. Just a rough chop, medium-sized pieces. Okay, chicken thighs. Some seasoning with some salt and pepper straight on the board. Granulated garlic. Dried oregano. Just gonna flour our chicken and just make sure it's all well coated in our seasoned flour, and each piece of chicken should just be coated like that with a bit of seasoning. Okay, let's get our heat on. Okay, olive oil, cube of unsalted butter. Okay, straight in with our chicken. And that lovely butter is just going to caramelize the chicken. Right, chicken's in. We're going to gently let that chicken just cook away. Okay guys, while that chicken just cooks away, we are just going to give our mushrooms a dice. Just get them ready. Right, I'm just going to check our chicken. There you go, it's coming along. Okay, I'm just going to flip this chicken. You look, that's perfect, that's done exactly how I want it. It's got a little bit of crisp to it where that flour is crisping up. Look at that, you can just eat that like it is now, beautiful. Right, this chicken is ready now to come out of the pan. Just got a little bit of crisp on it and all that's just that little bit of flour has crisped up. Right, mushrooms straight into our sauce and just give these a good mix up. Mushrooms are like sponges, so they're going to soak up all that butteriness. So we're going to go in with some pepper. Mushrooms love pepper. A bit of salt. So while those mushrooms are just doing their thing, I am just going to dice up my onion and straight in with our onion and give it a beautiful stir. Okay, our mushrooms are coming along, they're sweating with the onions. Okay, I am ready to go in with one more cube of butter, along with a bit of olive oil just to cool that pan down. A nice dollop of my garlic paste. Okay, now garlic's been cooked out. We're ready for our chicken stock. So straight in with half a pint of chicken stock. That's going to help deglaze any chicken that was on the bottom of the pan. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my double cream. Okay, so while our cream and our mushrooms are just cooking out, I am going to just chop up my herbs, and I've got some fresh basil here from my garden, some fenugreek from my garden, and this is beautiful stuff. Okay, in with our fenugreek. Beautiful, brings it alive. And I'm going to add the basil shortly after, just towards the end because I don't want it to cook out too much. Pop the heat up slightly, so bring that to the simmer. And we're going to leave this for about 10 minutes just to cook out and get a bit thicker and just get a bit richer. And then we're going to add our cheese, our Parmesan, and our basil, then replace the chicken in there for a further 5 minutes just to cook out. Okay, our sauce is starting to come together, it's starting to thicken up, it's starting to simmer. So I'm just going to start to add my cheese. Okay, I've got my Parmesan and I'm just going to go straight in with a whole bunch of it. You want quite a lot of Parmesan because it's going to cut through and adds richness to the dish and creaminess. Well, I think it's about a cup of Parmesan I'm adding. Right, this is thickening up nicely, but I want a bit more Parmesan actually. Some more Parmesan. Now we're talking. Right, we're ready for our chicken. So I'm just going to add this beautiful golden, slightly crispy chicken back into the sauce to cook out. And that's just going to absorb all that flavour. And make sure you add that juice back in, the chicken juice. Yeah, and we're going to give it a final 5 minutes to cook out now that the chicken's been put in. Now the chicken's been added, another 5 minutes. Okay, if you look at that sauce, it's really starting to thicken up now. So we're a couple of minutes away from plating up. So it's almost done. This will be amazing with some pasta, some rice. But I'm going to get a nice crusty loaf, some good bread, and just dunk it into that sauce. And there you have it. It's beautiful. I'm just going to add the final sprinkle of basil, and that's just going to infuse right at the end while it's off the heat. Don't want to cook that basil out, I want it to be nice and fresh. Okay, we're ready to plate up, so I'm just going to grab some of this beautiful sauce. Get a couple of pieces of chicken. Looks stunning, smells immense. All right, so the only way to do this is just get stuck in with a good piece of bread. Stunning. So simple, so easy, so good. It's subtle, but it's rich. The chicken's succulent. It's absorbed all that flavour in. The basil comes through, salt, pepper, garlic, cream, Parmesan cheese just cuts through it. The richness of the tomato, of the mushroom, the richness of the mushrooms. So good. Creamy, garlicky, chicken and mushroom sauce. Absolutely effing delicious. Perfect.